be peer pressured into making massive mistakes. Here is Rachel Bain.
Police say a 19-year-old man is assisting them with their investigations into the murder of his 52-year-old stepfather, which occurred over the weekend. Reports are both men had some challenges.
That happened at St. Patrick on the 4th, the Saturday the 4th of November 2021. That left one Reginald Howell, 52 years, of the said address, deceased. At present, there is a 19-year-old male in custody assisting with the investigation of this matter. As the investigation continues, a postmortem would be done today, and as the evidence reveal an offense, a charge would be laid in due course. Well, from certain utterances from villagers, it would appear as though the accused had some grievances with the deceased. That, of course, would be looked into and verified for the purpose of being presented as evidence.
Mother of the deceased, Claire Howell, in a phone interview told MTV News she is not aware of any challenges between her son and his stepson. She further added that he was a hardworking and caring man.
Well, my son was a very, nice person. He helped everybody. He always looked out for the people. No, well, I really don't know. As I tell you, he lives up there and I live in Florida. So I don't know, but the people up there tell me that he's a very nice man. He don't interfere with people. He and the lady might have a little bit understanding and thing, but I think I don't know if he's money problem, I cannot say, because they say he had some money on him.
This latest incident follows several violent crimes involving men. MTV spoke to clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Pandrew, who highlighted there can be many contributing factors towards increased violence among men in Grenada.
I think part of the reason we have the perpetration of violence is that people on a whole, the human species, fail to reason. I think we fail to engage the cognitive side of our person. As a result, we do not think through.
Dr. Pandrew believes that most of it, if not all the violence among young people, is about ego.
Young people find it easy to resort to violence in order to save face. They have not mastered the skill of walking away, of negotiating, or turning away. They think that they have to be man enough or strong enough.
According to police, this is the 5th homicide for 2021. For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
Another busy week for law enforcement as investigators have their hands filled looking into several chopping incidents, a suspected homicide, and a number of accidents. Let's leave the details up to Nikita Houston.
Police are investigating several incidents that occurred over the weekend, including a suspected suicide.
Right, one Sheldon Collier, 42 years of post-royal, was found hanging by one of his brothers at his home at about 5:30 in the morning. And of course, the police was notified and went to the scene and observed what appears to be a lifeless body of the deceased hanging from a rope.
Also on Sunday, police responded to a chopping incident in the Willis area. The incident left one man nursing injuries at a general hospital. According to head of the Community Relations Department, ASP Trevor Rodney, the incident stemmed from a fight.
There are a couple of chopping incidents over the weekend. And we want to call upon the general public to attempt to solve your issues, attempt to resolve conflict by discussion, other means rather than committing a crime. As we speak, 2 male individuals are hospitalized at the general hospital as a result of wounds that they received in what appeared to have been a fight over the weekend. Now, investigation is ongoing, and when evidence is available, charges will be brought against the individuals.
ASP Rodney says failure to manage anger is certainly a contributing factor to most of the chopping incidents recorded.
It appears as though when individuals have conflict, they attempt to deal with the situation on their own without seeking advice, without coming to the police. There are procedures to be followed if you believe that someone has wronged you, and report to the police or complain in one fashion or the other if you think your matter is not dealt with.
Meanwhile, ASP Rodney says the RGPF also recorded a serious accident over the weekend.
Yes, there was a serious accident also reported where persons were injured, not life-threatening, but of course there was injury. So at this point, we should call upon members of the public. We've seen a couple serious accidents. I'm not privy to the result of the investigation, but it appears that on the surface, we would appeal to motorists to be more responsible in the maintenance of your vehicle and show that all working mechanical parts.
Over the weekend, according to ASP Rodney, 1 man was ticketed illegally for hosting a party.
Now, over the weekend, we've had to issue tickets to a proprietor who was prepared to break the law and to conduct a party. And of course, he was ticketed and he will be brought to court. So we're calling upon members of the public, proprietors and individuals alike. The COVID-19 regulation is still in effect.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
One clinical therapist says although statistics do reveal that the rate of suicide is higher among males and females, research shows that women also attempt suicide, but the success rate is higher amongst males. Let's get more on this from Troy Gill.
The rate of suicide amongst members of the male population continues to increase, a worrying trend that could have negative repercussions on society. However, clinical therapist David Andrew reveals that women also attempt suicide, but men are more successful in completing the act and are most at risk.
Let me point out that the research indicates that while women attempt suicide a lot more frequently than males do, males happen to be a lot more successful. As to what causes that in a Grenadian context, a number of things could come to mind. And one, I could point to one of those within the last couple of years, an economic study that pointed out the fact that males are at greater risk for poverty than females are, which puts them in a more vulnerable category, and that could allow them to be more easily the victims of that.
He also highlighted some factors that contribute to this growing trend.
In fact, not just males, but people end up completing suicide and in fact contemplating it when they find themselves in a place where there's a prolonged period of hopelessness, helplessness, and depression. So you get back into a space where you feel there's no hope, there's no way out, there's no help, I'm alone there. And if we're saying that males are on that lower end, it's likely that could well have them feature in that zone a bit more than others.
People appear to be unaware of the warning signs, Andrew says.
Additionally, I think we've grown as a society to a place where there is either lack of awareness of even the warning signs of suicide, and we become even desensitized to the extent that many people will see some of those signs and probably capture them live and share them, and without recognizing that those are actually warning signs, they're actually signs and calls for help. And so all of this allows for persons to more successfully complete suicide, and it's distressing.
For MTV News, I am Troy Gill.
Attorney at law Anselm Clouden is speaking out on what he sees as an injustice against his client, who was deported to St. Vincent after settling in the country back in 2018. Clouden says this is a draconian act by authorities that does not warrant the actions taken against his client. Rachel Bain has been following this development and files this report.
After settling in Grenada for more than 3 years, Cornelius Hackshaw encountered challenges with the law, in which he was determined to be an undesirable alien under the Immigration Act and ordered immediate deportation. Attorney representing Hackshaw, Anselm Clouden, says the man has his family in Grenada and has acquired lands as well. Therefore, the actions taken are uncalled for despite minor infractions.
This gentleman was convicted in St. Vincent very many years ago for having in his possession, so I am advised, 5 marijuana cigarettes. Okay? The same fate would have visited upon Grenadians who would have been found with 1 marijuana cigarette, and that would constitute a conviction. But the fact that this conviction is some 8 years ago, it is what considered in law spent and of no effect.
Clouden went further to say that an undesirable alien poses a threat to national security. His client, however, was not a threat, as he was an upstanding citizen who made a mistake.
Because this is not a matter of national security. This is a matter of a young man whom the authorities want out of the state. I am not going to say publicly why. I leave it for the imagination of the general public.
Hackshaw, Clouden said, never got a fair trial, and all efforts to do so proved to be futile.
He has been denied the benefit of Section 19 of the law, and therefore he has been denied what is constitutionally guaranteed to him. Notwithstanding he is a Vincentian national, but he is here in Grenada, and the Constitution does not discriminate against who is Grenadian and who is non-Grenadian when it comes to the protection of the law and the protection of the constitutional rights, especially in this instance, his right to property.
Officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, ASP Trevor Rodney, confirmed that Hackshaw was deported last Wednesday.
Yes, that individual was deported from Grenada.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
A proud moment indeed for the teams at the Grenada Tourism Authority, or GTA, and by extension the people of Grenada. This after a 5-year contract was attained to have the Atlantic Rally for Cruisers Plus welcome to Grenada shores. MTV spoke to Nautical and Development Manager Nicoyan Roberts, who indicated that this is indeed a momentous occasion for Grenada, as more than 70 yachts will be arriving. We hear more on this from Danella Hostin.
The Grenada Tourism Authority, with assistance from the World Cruising Club, has secured a 5-year contract for the Atlantic Rally for Cruisers Plus to include Grenada as a stop after the completion of the transatlantic crossing. This is the very first time the Arc Plus boats have arrived in Grenada, and they were met with a warm welcome. More than 70 boats with over 300 crew members will be on island over the next few days. And according to Nautical and Development Manager of the GTA, Nicoyan Roberts, getting this contract means even more money being pumped into the island's economy.
This event has traditionally sailed to St. Lucia, and earlier this year the Board Yachting Committee was able to negotiate with the World Cruising Club a 5-year contract that saw this race stopping in Grenada until 2025. And what it represents for Grenada is a serious economic injection, which creates a multiplier effect so that the money spent at the restaurants, with the taxi drivers, on the various various tours that the sailors are going to experience will redound to the benefit of the citizens of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
Roberts also sang high praises to the World Cruising Club for playing such a significant role in the negotiating efforts. Speaking to MTV at the welcoming ceremony on Sunday evening was Susanna Tetlow, operations manager for World Cruising Club, who noted that for the duration of their stay here, a schedule of activities has been organized for the visitors.
We have a program of activities that was put together for them in here, together with the Grenada Tourism Authority and Broadreach for a week and a half. That includes Kids Fun Day.
Tetlow also shared similar sentiments to GTA's Nicoyan Roberts, highlighting the economic benefits of having these yachties here. Special mention was also made of other businesses that have offered discounts and deals for the visitors. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donala Hostin.
The National Democratic Congress, NDC, on Sunday officially introduced political leader Deacon Mitchell to the diaspora virtually. Mitchell used the opportunity to speak of his plans for involving all Grenadians overseas in the sustainable development of Grenada, the educational system in the country, and the relationship between the diaspora and those right here at home. Donessa Panchu has more.
If we examine our political history, we would understand how crucial the diaspora is to Grenada. Sir Eric Matthew Geary came back to Grenada after having lived outside of Grenada. Maurice Bishop, Bernard Code, and many of the leadership of the PRG period came back to Grenada after having lived in Grenada.
With a goal to build a better nation, the National Democratic Congress officially introduced its new leader to the diaspora on Sunday. During the virtual engagement, Deacon Mitchell elaborated on the importance of the diaspora to the country's development.
That the relationship between the diaspora and the homeland must be a relationship that is mutually beneficial, both to the homeland and to the diaspora. We in Grenada have benefited over the several decades from the diaspora contributing particularly in material items to Grenada. But I often hear the frustration of the diaspora when they feel, and in many instances rightly so, that they are treated with scant regard, with scant respect, and that their contributions are not valued.
Relating to women and politics, Mitchell shared plans on how he will ensure that women are involved at the highest level in the party.
And I want to answer it in two parts. I think within the party, National Democratic Congress, on being elected as the party leader, one of the immediate goals I've set out is to ensure that each constituency branch in Grenada has a vibrant and active women's arm. And that is critical because we need to ensure that we are able to on a constituency basis, ensure that we get women to come through the organization and to serve at the highest level. And I think that is important, and from that point, we will then be able to move on to ensure that we get women to serve at the highest level in an NDC administration.
Economic growth must be inclusive to provide sustainable jobs and promote equality. Mitchell states how the NDC government will achieve these objectives.
An NDC government will achieve these objectives by ensuring that the economic sectors that we drive and encourage for economic growth, in fact, encapsulate the vast majority of Grenadians. And that is why we think the productive sector is really the areas that we need to concentrate on.
The NDC leader states his position on the value of Caribbean integration. He said he is not pleased with the level of integration within the OECS.
In many respects, we've really regressed. There's no other way to look at it. And we could just talk about the lack of transportation and the lack of air travel within the OECS and within the wider CARICOM. I mean, it's honestly shameful. Our foreparents did a far better job than we have done in recent times. I mean, you have it's almost non-existent.
MTV News, Donessa Panchu.
For yet another year, the public received the opportunity to get amazing deals on vehicles and insurance premiums with Republic Bank's Deals on Wheels. Saturday's event, according to a representative from the Republic Bank, saw a steady flow of interested people wanting to take full advantage of the deals being offered. But we get more on this from Donella Hostin.
On Saturday, the Republic Bank Limited hosted its annual Deals on Wheels promotion, offering impressive deals and rates to those interested in purchasing vehicles. This promotion was once again done in collaboration with vehicle dealers and insurance companies. Speaking to MTV was the bank's commercial credit manager, Devon Thornhill, who indicated that although there wasn't an influx of people as has happened in the past years, there was still some interest. He also highlighted the bank's offer of 100% financing, which he says is beneficial to customers.
It was not as, past years, but we have seen a steady flow, so there is still good interest in this event. Well, hopefully once we are able to get the pandemic behind us, we will be coming bigger and better. Well, given that there is, basically no disposable income, the 100% financing will assist the customers, as well as the lower interest rate. So, whereby before you might have put in a 10% and your loan was, let's say, 90,000. Now you might be able to get 100,000, but because of the lower interest rate, you actually would pay the same installment.
Representing Huggins Automotive was Ashley Jerome, who shared some of the deals being offered on their vehicles.
And we have amazing prices for all our vehicles, both Nissan and Hyundai vehicles. And these prices are until the end of December 2021. So for Christmas 2021, that is 2020 WON with Huggins Automotive, you'll be able to get amazing prices on all our vehicles.
Insurance companies such as Netherlands Insurance and Antillian General Insurance Company were also present. Their representatives stated their offers.
At this particular event today, Deals on Wheels. So we're doing winning on promotions, winning on quotations, winning on when you come and effect the insurance, you get cash back. That's a win-win-win. All how you turn, it's a win.
At Deals as Wheel, we are promoting a more campaign, more mobility, more safety, more service.
Also present was Republic Bank's brand ambassador and sports personality Anderson Peters, who told the media he was excited to be part of this venture and that the candy red Nissan Frontier caught his eye the most. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
Good morning and welcome to this Your Rise and Shine program for today, Tuesday, the 7th day of December, 2021. It is a pleasure to be here with you. I am your host, Jocelyn Crosby, and I want to say welcome to all our viewers here on MTV and also our listeners on Magic FM for another program here, joining us here for another program on this station. It is the perfect way to start you off. It is also, we start you off with trying to help you be positive, one, and also help you to plan. While we don't have the weather this morning, we are officially out of the hurricane season. That's a plus. It was not a bad year. We cannot complain at all. We are grateful for what we did not get, and of course what we did get. With the pandemic, we did not need an additional hazard to make this an even more multi-hazardous environment. So we are grateful to God for all his blessings this hurricane season. But most so, we are grateful for life. We are starting off another day. So many people have not had this opportunity to wake up and see another sunrise, see their family members, and to just move about, have another opportunity at living and making a difference. We do, so we need to make use of this day. Remember, the past is gone. Tomorrow is a promise. Today is all we have. Let's live in it. Let's make a difference, and let us do all that we can to help someone today. So it will be no different. We will be having another beautiful program for you this morning, sharing lots of information. I know we have a collaborative venture going on, MTV and Mr. Jeremiah, his painting. We'll be speaking with him today and another guest. So what we will do with this introduction, we will take a short break, and when we come back, we get on into our first discussion for the morning.
It's the season to give, and Granlec invites you to give a gift of love and light to someone in our community who has been challenged by COVID-19. Make your account current and nominate someone for a chance to win. 200 winners will be gifted with a $400 grocery voucher or a $75 electricity voucher. If we select your entry, you too will win. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion runs November 24th to December 24th. Give a gift from Grenlec this holiday.
It's the season for sorrel, a sweet drink sorrel. It's the season for sorrel, a sweet drink sorrel. Your favorite flavored soft drink now comes in a limited edition sorrel flavor. Enjoy a cool sorrel sweet drink this Christmas. Available in 591 ml packet sizes. Sweet drink, we drink. It's the season for sorrel, a sweet drink sorrel.
Proudly produced in Grenada by the Grenada Bottling Company Limited.
Why wish upon a star, for a bank is better by far. Whatever you're wishing for this Christmas, we'll give you low interest and no fuss.
Co-op Bank is making Christmas wishes come true. Fix up your home, treat your loved ones, and get everything on your Christmas list this year with our no-fuss loans. As we count down the 12 days to Christmas, you can win awesome prizes every day. Special terms and conditions apply.
Christmas wishes come true with Co-op Bank and you.
Welcome home. We plan for every major life event, from birthday parties to baptisms, and celebrating a life well lived deserves the same thoughtful planning. Beacon's Rest Easy plan is designed to give your loved ones the comfort of knowing that they can do just that. With no underwriting and cover for up to 6 family members that includes certain injuries, this plan can be yours for as little as 75 cents per day. Call us at Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Welcome back. So just in case you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us. And we're about to get into our first discussion for the morning. It's already 7:49 here on MTV's Rise and Shine program. So this morning we were speaking with Mrs. Princess Jeremiah. She's the general manager at Nashon's Painting. I know I did not get that name right, but we will get it when we get it. Good morning, Mrs. Jeremiah, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning again. So it is Nashon Jeremiah Arts, but it's all good. You can call it Nashon's Painting because that's what we're all about. Yes. So we're here to talk about Project Hope. It's big news.
We are talking all about Project Home, and it's interesting because I did not realize that is what was happening until we started speaking this morning. I saw the scaffoldings up on Reno Cinema, former Reno Cinema, and I was like, okay, so they're doing a facelift. Not knowing that it was a big project of hope. So let us speak about Project Home and that partnership with MTV and Nashon Jeremiah Arts.
Absolutely. So the Project Hope initiative itself was founded by our team, and our original purpose for this is to spark conversation amongst persons. There are a lot of individuals who have experienced loss. And loss of any kind, it could have been lost as a result of the pandemic and just for persons who are going through negative situations, right? So this Project Hope initiative, it's one of the largest murals on a building we're attempting to paint. It's going to be one of the largest on a building in Grenada. And this mural is going to be a beacon of light for those individuals who have experienced loss. And in collaboration with Project Hope, we are doing a Give a Gift initiative for the Christmas for children in orphanages around the island. So, it's all about sparking the awareness for mental health issues that we have occurring right now. And at the same time, we want to be able to give a gift to the kids this Christmas. I'm always so amazed by how excited kids get when they receive gifts. One year in a vacation Bible school, they got these, Samaritan's purse boxes. And everyone is so excited. They're opening up their boxes, but there was this one child in a corner and her brother, and I was like, wait, this one isn't opening her box. Their box remains sealed. So out of curiosity, I asked, why aren't you opening your box? And the older child, and this is what she turned around and she said, no, we won't open ours as yet. We're waiting on Christmas Day. And mind you, Christmas was still a good bit of weeks away. But she said, we have never received a gift before. And so we would leave it and open it until Christmas morning, just like in the movies. And let me tell you, with this Give a Gift initiative that we are doing with Project Hope, even if we aren't able to give all the persons in the orphanages or in the community who individuals deem as less fortunate, just being able to touch one life worth a million compared to not being able to touch none at all.
That is true. Very powerful comment there. As we say, we try to change the world one at a time, one person at a time. And if you have done this, then it therefore means that you have achieved your humanitarian purpose here on this earth. And to me, I think the reasoning behind it is remarkable. It's if we can have a lot more corporate entities like you thinking like this, it means that we will be able to catch a lot more of our less fortunate, the people who don't have an opportunity to be able to make Christmas. And we know this year is a very unique year because so many families have lost their jobs, so many families have lost income, they have lost their homes, people have lost so much. If it's not family members, we have lost things we have invested in, and we know that that can impact the type of Christmas that we have. So with that home project that you're partnering on, how do you plan to then make that a similar impact? It may not be tangible with the home project that we are now undertaking in partnership with MTV, but we know that the effect or the impact is expected to be the same. How do we plan to achieve?
Absolutely. So as I said, it's all about becoming that beacon of hope. And at the same time, we want to encourage people to talk. I remember when we did the hospitality mural at the General Hospital in Grenada, we received an outpour of testimonials. And that's how we know that persons are soon realizing the impact that art can have on their lives. So we received this outpour of testimonials, from persons whose lives were impacted. There was this one lady as well who told us her mom was rushed to the hospital. It was an emergency situation. She didn't even notice there was a massive mural at the hospital there. And in all of the frustration, they rushed her mom to intensive care and they were sorting things out there. And she left the building and she came outside, and that's when her eyes connected with the mural. And she said she stood there. She just felt a sense of calmness and tranquility flowing over her in knowing that her mom is in good hands when she was staring at that hospitality mural. And it's through those avenues, right, we hope to impact people. We have been doing the Beautify Grenada project, and we have basically been riding off of the feedback from the Beautify Grenada project. We have seen how it touched the lives during those times. We have seen how communities were impacted, and so we hope to spark that same type of awareness through the Project Hope mural. And I think that the impact that art can have, I think that as people, unless we recognize that art itself is so powerful, we may never pass this phase or this bridge. And that's why Project Hope is so important. It will take Grenada to another level. It is kind of to become a new attraction site, right? We have, of course, the Reno building in itself is iconic and historical. So we'll be adding an enhancement feature to that location. We have the Botanical Gardens, which is directly opposite the road. So it's definitely going to be a hub for persons who are visiting the island. They can go over to the Botanical Gardens, have a seat on the bench, take out pictures, read up all about the project on the banner that's towards the front by Qualitech printers. So we really hope to make a major impact, not only within the community of Paddock, not only within Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, but also to give visitors who are coming to the island an opportunity to experience this phase that we went through. You understand? So that's how the whole initiative is going to work. Persons are going to come, view, take pictures, read about it, understand what we as Grenadians would have went through during this pandemic.
So this is historic because this is going to be the biggest mural on island. This is St. George's. You know, whenever you do this and it is a landmark and the impact people start feeling, then they would start asking, when are you coming to our parish?
Well, that is what interesting that you asked. Necessarily, when we had the Beautify Grenada project, that project, our initiative, we painted one mural in every single parish in Grenada, and we have plans on moving to Carriacou and Petite Martinique, all thanks to citizens who have been sponsoring the paint throughout the Beautify Grenada project as well. Yes, so definitely they didn't miss out on anything. I was just
ask you about that corporate support, because I know to put up a mural like that, it means that we know that while at the end product is going to be beautiful, I think we would also appreciate that the cost to be able to get the image that we're looking for can be quite significant.
Indeed, indeed. So we have some amazing partners that I would love to take the opportunity to highlight. Of course, without MTV and your partnership with the Reno Cinema Building, none of this would have been possible. So first of all, thank you, major thank you in that regard. And then we also have our corporate sponsors like Quinn Company, and they did all of the scaffolding and the polish. And we want to say another major thank you. Also, Citizens Paint Grenada for forever being a supporter of the arts. Major thank you there as well. Glenelg Spring Water, Qualitech Printers, and I want to add Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, because Nirvana Natural Health Clinic is actually offering a Project Hope discount this December. So literally you can go to the branch and you will be able to buy any products or so on in store. That's at the Esplanade Mall or at the Belmont location. You can go there, you can purchase anything you want, and you'll be able to get the Project Hope discount. So I want to encourage the general public to take advantage of that offer as well.
Mr. Jeremiah, that song's really good. I like the inclusion of Nirvana in there, because they do speak to health and wellness, and we know that art is very therapeutic when it comes to this. As you shared the experience with the person at the hospital and the effect of art on them in calming them as they went through that very difficult time. We must congratulate you and your team on this very worthy initiative around this time when everybody's looking for hope. Just before we conclude though, what are some of the things that will be on it? Are we looking at words that can inspire, or is it images?
Oh, you try to get a sneak peek, huh? Well, essentially, it's going to be a clear representation of Grenada, and I will add that it will be incorporating our national colors, some of our key attributes, and at the same time, we will be incorporating a message, indeed, into that mural that you will soon see once it's completed, and we have our big reveal.
Also, how many hands are we looking at to complete that project? I know you would need some more hands to do this one.
Well, Mr. Jeremiah normally works, when it comes to his murals, he works solely. However, he will be having possibly one or two assistant artists on this project. But what we want to encourage is the general public. If you want to be a part of the initiative, you can reach out to us, let us know. And we are also looking for volunteers. If you would like to be a part of it, just reach out and let us know as well. And for the Give a Gift initiative, call us also or visit at the site to drop off any used, new toys, educational items, tokens, anything. We encourage the parents to encourage their kids this Christmas to also give and do a selfless act for 2021.
When do you want to do that distribution of the gifts?
It will be done during the Christmas week. So that's the week of the 20th of December. So the final day will be the 18th. We are using that as our deadline for collecting the tokens from individuals.
And what's the timeline to complete the mural?
Well, we are aiming for the month of December to complete it before the new year. So definitely 2022, we should be seeing our mural up and ready for viewing.
Excellent. Mrs. Jeremiah, I want to say thank you so much to you and your team. Very, very beautiful initiative. Both of them, the Give a Gift and also the mural. You are playing your part in ensuring that we adjust, or rather we settle back down to what we consider to be normal after this very, very rough 2 years. We know that we are not entirely out of the woods, but in any way we can assist in giving hope or sharing, encouraging somebody in this time. It is worthy of note, and I want to say thank you so much to you and your team. Very, very good initiative. We will try to encourage people to give a gift. I love this one because I think, as I keep saying, this year it's going to be a rough Christmas for some. It will not be what you're accustomed to, but I'm sure a family who does not have any will be very, very appreciative of at least one. So, Mrs. Jeremiah, thank you again. We will keep in touch. We must be there for the big unveil, which is at the end of the year, and then of course starting off the year fresh. I wish you and your team the very best, and thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you, and same to you. We're speaking there with Mrs. Princess Jeremiah from National Jeremiah Arts. It is a collaborative initiative that they are doing along with MTV to put the first ever, the biggest mural on a building, and that will be on the former Reno Cinema. That project has already begun. If you pass there, you'll see all the scaffolding and so up on the building, and they are preparing. By the end of this month, that mural should be complete. In addition to that, Give a Gift. Give a Gift. It is another initiative put on by the team where the public is encouraged to drop off a gift. Give a child a gift this year. We have been speaking all year about, not only this, but since last year, about the effects of the pandemic. And we know a lot of our families have been affected. So let's do what we can to remember it's the season of giving. It is the season of giving, so let's give somebody a smile. Let's give someone a smile this Christmas season. Drop off. We can call the people at National Jeremiah Arts and drop off your gift. Remember, the lock-up date is the 18th. That will be next week, Saturday, to drop off your gift so that they can do the distribution during that week leading up to Christmas, which is this Saturday. So that was our first discussion this morning. What we're going to do is take a quick break, and when we come back, we get into our second conversation.
Bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with cheer.
We're bringing you gifts of love with cheer at the communal. This Christmas, we are your Santa. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Get in on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2022. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2022. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with cheer.
With Republic Bank. Light up your home with renovations. Light up your driveway with a new vehicle. Even better, light up the faces of your loved ones with a loan from Republic Bank. Get up to $50,000 unsecured. Reduce interest rates, quick approvals, and win cash prizes with Republic Bank.
The holidays are here. Republic spreading
this Christmas your brightest with Republic Bank. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Welcome back. So just in case you're just joining us, it's 7 minutes past 8 o'clock. So the people whose day starts at 8, it means therefore that you're already on work and you're ready to start off a day and make it a very productive one. We are now into our second conversation for the morning. And now we get to speak to Miss Veron Hector. She's the Finance and Communications Officer at the Grenada Cultural Foundation. Miss Hector, good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine.
Good morning.
Pleasure having you with us. I know this is your first time with us, so you get that special welcome, and it's also the season of Christmas, so you get the cheerful welcome. And we get to speak about something that is very warm, something that is comforting, something that is entertaining, and something that is exactly tied to the Grenada Cultural Foundation. We're talking about that collaborative initiative between GCF and the RGPF, a Christmas concert treat. Speak to me about this.
So it is a season, that time of year, once again, the season to be jolly. Historically, the Christmas season is a time where there's a unique sense of joy and expectation in the air. Some call it Christmas cheer, congregating with friends and family, and listening to Christmas music also adds to the familiar atmosphere of the season. So the Cultural Foundation has successfully hosted Christmas in the Gardens over the years, an event that captures this atmosphere in a public setting. Well-known singers and musicians get to showcase their talents in line with the theme of the season. I have some bad news, and then I have some good news. I'll start with the bad. Unfortunately, the Grinch, COVID-19, stole last Christmas, and this event could not be held as per usual. We didn't get the chance to showcase anything. Currently, safety protocols and regulations also, disallow this type of gathering. So the event can't be held publicly this year. But we have a treat in store. Fortunately, the essence of Christmas in the Gardens is being captured on video. Regular patrons and first-timers can look forward to a virtual Christmas concert. This treat is a collaboration between the Cultural Foundation and the Royal Grenada Police Force.
You said it captures the essence of Christmas in the Gardens. Everything this year has gone virtual. We know that we have to work with it, and we don't have a choice. But, we always prefer outdoor, yeah? I know my children love going in to look at the lights, all the different shapes and so. And also, Ms. Wells and Donnelly takes their time to go into the Botanical Gardens and have that task to ensure that it's up and it's done properly. So we're saying that the essence will be captured, the musical part of it will be captured in a concert. Speak to us about the concert. Who are some of our top local lineups? Because I know we'll be using our local artists.
Definitely. So this Christmas concert will consist of the Royal Grenada Police Force again, for the band for approximately 20 minutes, and added to that performance such as Kyla Mate on the violin, Cordell Byam on the steel pan, he's the arranger for New Dimension. We have Tamara St. Bernard, songbird, Rita Augustine, Sonika McKee, Jay McDonald, Shoshana McMeo, Kareem Alexis from the Sistyle. We have the Parang team. It's a whole packed production with a whole lot of variety for all to enjoy.
Wow, that sounds like quite a virtual concert. I think Donnelly would agree with me if we say that we would just love to see this in person. This one is going to be quite a show. When will it be aired?
Aired on GIS, MTV, GBN at 7 p.m. on Christmas Day. We're talking the week after Saturday, where you'd want to turn on your television for this amazing Christmas concert treat. Now, I just want to add this. Now, some are known to have family gatherings on this day. And here's my suggestion. I'm thinking, how about a virtual concert incorporated in your family gathering? So put it on the program for 7 o'clock, your family gathering, because Austin, this is something I really don't think anyone should miss.
I love the idea. I love the idea of incorporating the virtual world with what might be happening in your home. That is excellent. I love the idea there. And I'm thinking that is where the whole virtual concert came in, and also the airing time, because you're right. It's even, excuse me, the treat is even more, because normally we would get Christmas in the Gardens before Christmas Day. But now we're actually getting a musical treat. It is really a Christmas concert treat come Christmas Day. I like that. So I think now we have enough time to plan. We're just about 2 weeks away from Christmas, so we can start preparing now our big screen televisions and our musical or sound system, so that we can get the full essence of the season. I think that is definitely a plus. All right, so that is our local artists. That's the RGPF. In addition to that, you just gave us an excellent suggestion as to how we can incorporate that concert into all that we'll be doing for the Christmas season. This is Christmas. I know that we're hoping that come 2022, we can get into some of the other things. But in addition to that, while some are doing virtual, they're also trying to do something other than that to incorporate our people. How will Cultural Foundation be tied into what is happening? I know this one is deviating a little bit from the Christmas concert, but how will we be tying in all the Christmas cheer? I know normally you work along with the Parang, and they're also doing something virtual, and they are also incorporated in that concert. How will Cultural Foundation be working along with our team on the Sister Isle this year for Parang?
So in addition to that, there is Serenading with Comancheros on Thursday, the 23rd of December, and the route is Chong to Grandan Springs, Brothers Lane, and St. Paul's at 1 o'clock.
The same Christmas Day
of December.
Oh, the 23rd of December. Acts on Christmas Day. So before that, we do have some other activities. All right. So now I like the serenading part, because usually in the past, traditionally, for example, where I come from in Victoria, the days before Christmas, we would usually have our people from the Catholic Church walking the route and singing. So that adds to the Christmas cheer. So what other than, so you told me that's the 23rd. Any other day we'll be doing serenading the Comancheros? Or another steel band?
So it will be, that event is actually done with Sedu. So there's a Comanchero story, and there's another activity with Sedu, a cultural train in Grenville. We're not sure of the details yet.
On the St. Andrew part of things. I like how that sounds. I like how that sounds. The Cultural Foundation is definitely ensuring that we keep our traditions alive around this Christmas time. I love this. I am seeing a particular mind all over this, and I expected nothing but that. I'm seeing a bit of her a while ago, and that sounds exactly like that. In addition to that, though, as I was asking, I don't know if maybe if Donna can pitch in here. The assistance that will be rendered to Parang this year, since they are also virtual, and I know normally the Cultural Foundation would work along with them to ensure that this happens. So it forms part of everything that happens for Christmas.
You just have to have me here. Good morning. Good morning to our viewers and our listeners.
Good morning. So I know that the Cultural Foundation, everything, this is I love this initiative, and I said I know that this idea sounds like somebody that I know very well, ensuring that the traditions of Christmas is captured. Even though we go in virtual, the steel band serenading, the concert on Christmas Day, incorporating that concert into our family gatherings, and so there's a particular mind I know that those ideas would come from. And Parang forms part of everything that we do around this time. And the Cultural Foundation is always very well involved in that cultural activity on the Sister Isle. How are we playing our part in that this year? Because they are also going virtual.
Okay, remember Karakou, the Sister Isle, they have a festival committee. So once, as a festival committee, they're already linked to the Cultural Foundation. So on that level, we are offering as much assistance as we can. It's just a matter of them telling us what it is that they need. So we are partnering with them. We are on board with them in most, if not all, of the activities that they have planned. Again, that is on that level, that board level, not an execution level, as it relates to where the foundation fits in. However, we have not turned away any of these initiatives that comes our way. For instance, some would have mentioned SEDU, a collaboration with SEDU. Last year, I mean, we had so many restrictions last year because we had so many things in the pipeline, and then on the last we had to cancel. However, SEDU was fortunate enough, because of the type of event that they were having, that they were given the go-ahead with their cultural train. It's the same thing this year. On the 23rd of December, we at the foundation, we too will be having a cultural train. That is in collaboration, or we working along with Comanchero's Steel Orchestra out of St. Paul's. So the route that we have identified for that event is we serenading persons through Pan in the city. Then we're going to move down to Grand Anse, the Grand Anse Valley. We know traffic is going to be a mess, but bear with us because this is the time, you know, for wonderful Christmas music, the cheer, the joy, you know, everything that is good about Christmas. We also will have a Santa on the truck. So persons can look forward to, the children can look forward to seeing Santa on the truck. You know, that is something that I can see the little ones getting all excited about it. And then once they leave the Grand Anse area, they're going to head up to back up to St. Paul's, back to base. So those are some of the things that we have in the pipeline. We hope, fingers crossed, everybody behave, that, you know, we will have a successful Christmas once, like I said, the protocols are adhered to.
Yes, I think we are working towards a good one. So far, we seem to be behaving. We trust that this will continue and that we get that we're looking for. But Donald, I must commend the Cultural Foundation on this. I saw last weekend that Ms. Wells and yourself was putting up some of the pictures of the recording of the virtual concert, and some of our local artists beautifully well dressed, and so everybody's just well put off. I know we did not speak to Jefferson, but I also saw him there in that mix too, Ramirez. Beautiful compilation of artists. And in addition to that, just the objective and getting, so one, why we did it, because we cannot do our usual physical activity. Then we captured the tradition inside of it, and also help us on how to twin it, how to include it in all that we do on Christmas Day. I love the idea of the Christmas, and I think that if it's one of the things that I would suggest in all of this, is that while the world is going virtual, I think virtual is giving us an opportunity to incorporate virtual into our physical lives as we move forward. And I think that's something the Cultural Foundation should continue, that virtual concert on Christmas Day.
I think it's a brilliant idea. And I must say, it would be remiss of me if I don't mention our sponsors. And I'm saying sponsors, but they're not our sponsors, Oslin. They are our partners. And they have been with us from as long as I can recall. They're with us through thick and thin. And the beautiful dresses the ladies were wearing, they came from Hot Chocolate. That is a female boutique in Bruce Street Mall. And persons can go in and get all their Christmas dinner wear, you know, casual wear. The men, their blazers will complement Just Brands men's store. And Just Brands is a part of our family. Whatever we do, we always find a way to incorporate Just Brand in the mix. And then our corporate sponsors, we have Grenade. They have been with us as well. Grenada Tourism Authority, they are family. Jonas Brown and Hubbard's, Grenada Cooperative Bank, Ariza Credit Union, you know, just to name a few of who have been with us.
Yeah, and NLA, National Lottery Authority.
Partners, in truth, I can agree to the partners part because they have been around forever. always supporting culture, always supporting the traditional aspect of what we do. And I want to go on record to say thank you to Donalyn, Veron, and the team at the Cultural Foundation. Veron, it's a pleasure seeing you. I love the incorporation. New blood, new faces, of course, brilliant ideas. I do trust that I am looking forward to that Christmas Day concert and also the serenading, because coming from Victoria, those are the things we know and look forward to. On Christmas morning, I expect the Florida All-Stars to come up to Victoria. You're going to hear the pan, and you know for sure that somebody will be coming for a piece of ham, and they're coming for a piece of cake or something to drink. And that is what we know. And while we, yes, may have the restrictions with the pandemic, we know that we would not allow it to make us into selfish individuals. We continue to be that hospitable, beautiful people that we have always been. So, Ms. Hector, before you run off, any closing words from you? Again, just remind us of the concert, when it's going to be aired, the time, and also the serenading in St. Andrew and also the St. Paul's, St. George area.
All right, so the pan serenading, 1 o'clock with Comancheros Steel Orchestra, Thursday, 23rd December. The route is Town to Grand Dance to Springs to Lothers Lane and back to St. Paul's. Christmas Day, 7 p.m. Tune into GBN, MTV, GIS for the production of virtual Christmas concert treat you don't want to miss this 2021. Thank you, Austin.
So much, Veron. That we were speaking there with Veron Hector, Finance and Communication Officer at the Grenada Cultural Foundation. Ms. Hector, we wish you the best and happy holidays to you, just in case I don't have an opportunity to speak to you again.
Thank you so very much.
You're most welcome. Speaking there with Veron Hector, she's a Finance and Communications Officer at the Grenada Cultural Foundation, speaking to us about that virtual concert, a Christmas concert treat. It is a collaborative initiative by the Grenada Cultural Foundation and the RGPF, as we try to still continue to keep that tradition, that Christmas tradition alive, even though we are still working out of the pandemic and trying to be as safe as we possibly can. So that will be happening. Remember, that concert will be aired on Christmas Day, 7 p.m. Christmas Day. And the suggestion is that we incorporate it into our family gatherings. It's going to be a beautiful experience. I'm sure all our local artists sharing different Christmas pieces, Christmas songs. That concert was recorded. I know it's already recorded, so it's going to be produced well. And I expect nothing but a beautiful package, beautiful professional production, because I know who's behind it. It would definitely not disappoint. So I encourage all, remember, put it down on your calendar, 7 p.m. Christmas Day, that virtual concert. All our local channels, so MTV, GIS, also GBN will be airing it, and I'm sure it will be streamed on the Facebook, the social media platforms, so you can follow there also. It will be a beautiful concert treat by the Grenada Cultural Foundation and the RGPF, of course, with our local artists involved. So let's look forward to that. Also, remember the serenading on the 23rd from 1 p.m. Traffic may be a bit, because you know it's going to be the eve of the eve then. We usually have lots of people on the road, so we may have some disruptions then. So let's be mindful of this, and we plan accordingly during that week on that day to ensure that we don't get stuck in it. But it's going to be Comancheros, another initiative, another collaborative one, Cultural Foundation and Comancheros serenading. They'll be into St. George's, going down Grand Dance, go through Springs, up Lothers Lane, and then heading up back into St. Paul. So let us take in what we can. It has been, 2 years? The last Christmas we did not really have one, so let's see how best you can enjoy this, but while we continue to maintain and respect the protocols, so that we can continue to be safe. So that's it from us today. It's now 26 minutes past 8 o'clock. Just to share the results from the lotto draws conducted on Monday, 6 December 2021, before we run off. The winning number for the Playway midday draw, 8, your symbol Spider. The winning number for the Playway evening draw, 24, symbol Strong Man. The winning numbers for the Daily Pick 3 midday draw, 8, 1, and 6. The winning numbers for the Daily Pick 3 evening draw, 3, 4, and 9. The winning numbers for the Daily Cash 4 midday draw, 3, 5, 1, and 6. The winning numbers of the daily cash for evening draw, 7, 3, 7, and 1. The lotto results on Monday, 6th December 2021 are as follows. 4, 12, 17, 25, and 29. The numbers again, 4, 12, 17, 25, and 29. The free ticket letter was E as in Echo. There were 87 match 3 winners paying $14 and 4 match 4 winners paying $306. The current estimated lotto jackpot is now $118,000. And that's the results from draws conducted on Monday, 6th December 2021 by the National Lotteries Authority. And with this, we conclude for this morning. I want to say thank you so much to all the people who joined us this morning, those listening on our Magic FM, also those following on the Facebook page out in the diaspora here in Grenada. We say thank you so much for joining us. You want to make a contribution, please, you can call the newsroom on 444-8442 to get the numbers for the National Jeremiah Initiative, where you can drop off a gift. Also remember the Cultural Foundation concert on Christmas Day and how you can incorporate it into your family events. In addition to that, we just want to say thank you to the team. Chad, Tanya, Kishan, thank you so much for another successful program here on NTV. All things remaining the same, I will be back here with you on Thursday morning of this week when we get to share with you again, give you an opportunity to wake you up in a positive way and set you off into what would be a fantastic and productive day. So to all, remember, we are not entirely out of the woods. While we want to enjoy Christmas, let us ensure that we are always safe. Remember, safety first, safety always. We are still within the pandemic and we still have a responsibility to be considerate and think of others. So that's it from me for today. I am your host, Austin Crosby. All things remain the same. Back here on Thursday morning with you. I encourage all to be safe and have a blessed day.
We know now it's because he didn't care if they were found. He had no connection to them.